Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. Today, we're going to be talking about Alim, and I just got to point out, her thighs look a lot like Sakura's thighs. Do thighs all look the same? Moving on. She is a MR Lightning unit coming out with Sakura. Movement 3, Jump 4. She is a 65 cost MR unit, so she's very similar to Salir. Gonna be a little bit more expensive to max out. With that though, comes an incredible kit, amazing mastery ability. You're gonna want her and you're gonna wanna have her leveled. Primary job, Dragoon. Secondary job is Assassin and Dual Gunner. She can equip spears because she's a Dragoon. And because she's a Dragoon, she has access to armor, helmets, and accessories. Her TMR is not the best. Old Naginata is going to be a spear with attack 116, accuracy 12. It's interesting. It has defense penetration 15 for self, but as we've seen, defense penetration is not the strongest since it is percentage based. It's not an actual 15% increase in damage unless your opponent has like 100 defense. So it's not going to be the best piece of gear for her. Her mastery ability is going to increase HP 10%, increase lightning attack 15 for lightning allies. The HP 10% is for lightning allies as well. Increase attack resistance 10 for herself, and increase evasion 10 for herself as well. Her board stats are a beautiful thing whenever you see agility plus 10%. Elemental resistances, she is 15% weak to earth, 15% resistant to water. She does have a 10% slash weakness, 10% fist weakness, but she does have a 10% missile and magic resistance, so she's pretty interesting in terms of her layout. Now, her status ailments are really important here. Sorry, my mustache was itching. She has paralyzed resistance, charm resistance, both of those extremely important, and she has 10% disable resistance on top of that. Hands down, really good. The one drawback is that she does have a 25% weakness to stop. This is problematic considering the prevalence of Agrius. You're going to be in trouble if Agrius is on the map. Do not take an Alim to fight Agrius if you are in arena. Her passives are going to be jump +1, evasion up, HP up, the secret of shooting, acquired AP up, and tune up. Of course, almost all of these are viable. I put off HP up 1 because you don't really need HP up 1 ever. I think most likely you're probably going to be running tune up and some combination of either the secret of shooting or maybe acquired AP up level 1. It's going to depend on what your composition is. Her composition and her capability to slide into missile compositions is very relevant. So she might actually be utilized as a double gunner, particularly with the Nibbles and with Frederica. It would be an interesting combination when you could boost magic attack or missile attack with her. I think it'd be very powerful. Her counters, of course, are going to be Dragon Sword to drain HP, Shadow, which is going to have a 30% or 20% chance to increase evasion and CT, and Predictive Shooting. I would probably set Dragon Sword or Predictive Shooting, just because I like those counters. Again, it would probably depend on what type of a format you're going to be running her in. Primary kit is everything you want from a Dragoon. Literally everything. Literally, it's all jumps and Dragonskin. Like, a little part of me is just like, oh, this is beautiful. Why weren't you what you are? Like, this is all I want, is just like a pure-blooded, this is like a second coming of Victoria would just make my life. Her sub-job Dragoon, shit, you never set that. Literally has the 2 Dragoon abilities you never need. Lying Dragon and Dragon Roar. Y'all, we don't need to decrease bravery, okay, y'all? We don't need to do that. Secondary sub, Assassin, I could actually see being viable, particularly since she does have access to Skyblade, and not all sub-assassins do actually have access to that, I believe. She does have Steel AP as well. Poison Needle for a low AP chaining technique with slashing. So if we do kind of run into a situation where you're chaining lightning and slash and you need to make like a solo composition lightning slash comp, you could actually utilize her for that as well. Dual gunner, though, I think we're going to see a lot of dual gunners here, and potentially in the future as well with her 120. I think dual gunner, particularly with the prevalence of Nibbles and Frederica, both shooting units, just makes sense. With her mastery ability to also buff those two, she becomes a force to be reckoned with. I think it's also important to note, quite separately as well, that when 9S comes out, right, which will be probably around the time she gets her 120. She doesn't have it in JP yet, but she'll probably get it soon. 9S's spear is also a spear that adds lightning attack 30 for self and pierce attack 15 for self, very similar to the Ice Lance. And so you could see a power buff with her, getting that lightning attack up, pairing her mastery ability with maybe 9S's mastery ability, and suddenly you're running like a lightning MR spear composition, which is so bonkers, but I guess you could actually pull it off. So something to think about, right? Thinking about the future. So she's versatile. I think if I had any notes about Alim, I think she's one of those units like Victoria, like Venera, notice they all start with V, that, you know, if you're a newer player coming into the game, Alim is not a bad unit to have and to level, right? Alim should probably be one of the first MRs that you level as a newer player now, just because she's going to be so versatile and so powerful in a lot of different regards. Let's talk about equipment with her, because she is a little bit equipment limited. You're probably going to want to equip Ice Lance or Wind Spear on her for the agility up. Otherwise, you know, you're going to wait for the 9S Spear event here in a couple months. Bale Bergenet, she can equip any type of heavy armor, is going to be great. White Wolf's armor or Ziza's bells are going to be the only source of AP generation that she is going to be able to get. You cannot equip Oldoa's apron on her. Holy Knight's shoulder plate, any TMR with agility up is going to benefit her greatly. Vision cards, Ifrit, piercing attack up cards, agility up cards. Frederica's Dream, actually, because it has individual lightning attack up, could specifically really benefit her if you do run her double gunner sub. Odin, Fenrir, Chocobo, it pretty much all washes right now. You're probably going to run her with Odin, Ifrit, Siren, or Titan. That's going to be all the spear compositions. If you're going to run double gunner comp, you could run like Chocobo, Tetrasylphid, or if you're like me, just make sure you have resonance with Odin on her so that you can put her in any kind of formation and utilize that. Lightning units she's going to work well with: Sid, Skull, Nibbles, and Frederica. I mean, let's be honest, we're going to add 9S to this list here in the near future, and Lightning is most surely going to have a return of a meta when Sid gets 120, when Nibbles gets 120, when Frederica gets 120. So Alim will be a unit that we are talking about for quite some time, and I hope you guys are just as excited for her as I am. As always, everyone, if you do want to support me, make sure you use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins. I will be streaming tonight during the maintenance. If you do want to come see me at dig.gs/twitch, we will be streaming Neo 2 while we are waiting for the maintenance to reset and pull for Sakura. You can come hang out on my Discord if you want, come talk with the bros, you know, and I think gals. You guys don't know, my audience is only 1.2% female, so my Discord's kind of a bro Discord, unfortunately. But yeah, hope you guys come later tonight, and we will probably have the new dig.gs/offer later today. Talk to you later, guys.